What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome back to the Town Hall 12 Attacks series, where we basically take you through our Town Hall 12 farming attacks. You guys seen that a few days ago we purchased the Black Friday pack, managed to upgrade our King to 56 and Warden to 27, and then yesterday we showcased you the Bullwitch attack strategy that an opposing clan was using very successfully against us. Now I do have that army left over, so the first attack that we do will be the Bullwitch method. It's quite nice. Anyone that missed my video yesterday, at least you get to see it, and then we will move on from there. What are we trying to achieve in this episode? You can see we have one builder. Now I think what we are going to do is cap out on gold, and what shall we upgrade? Maybe the Expo. That is maximum 12 million, so we will upgrade the Expo. Let's get rid of this gem box whilst we're at it, and we will use a book of everything in order to do that. Then we'll try and get our Dark Elixir up in order to get the King upgrading. I am going to leave a builder in order to do that. We do have the Book of Heroes. It's not an issue, and whilst we do this, let's see if we can get another clan games in the bag. 8 Inferno Towers is what we are going for. Let me know if your clan have indeed made it right to the top and have completed each and every challenge. We have, guys, but clearly my game doesn't want to show you. Internet connections, again, I'm telling you guys, I have apparently the best internet in the UK, and for some reason it does not want to work for me in recent days. I'm going to have to get onto my provider, but anyway, guys, we are at the top. Honestly, we've completed the clan games. I'm not just saying it. So let's start cooking an army. Now for the rest of the video, I think, why don't we go with the Queen Charge Miner? So 5 healers, let's go for 10 wall breakers. That should be around about enough, and then let's go the rest miners, and we have 4 left over. Let's take a wizard just to help with funneling. Actually, let's drop 1 miner and take an extra wizard just to place behind the king. I'm hoping that the internet gets better and registers, guys. There we go, should be good now. Let's take a bunch of rage spells in order to help the queen. Actually, do we need 3? No, let's take 1 in the CC. Let's take 3 heals and a poison. Maybe we need a freeze. Let's take 2 freeze, just in case. So, we have everything prepared, but here is the first attack, just to show you guys, just so you know I'm not lying. There you go, our clan have smashed it. No thanks to me. I think I'm down there with around about maximum points. After this challenge, I think that will take us up to maximum points. Again, let me know down in the comments, has your clan completed all of the challenges, unlocked all of the bonuses, and do you have maximum points? Now, I did drop trophies a couple of days ago into the Champions League. Honestly, with clan games, again, you can let me know your experience, but right up to around about Titan 2 for myself, that's where the clouds really started hitting me heavy. And I mean, it's not even heavy, guys. It was about 10-15 minutes, but to be honest, I don't have time to sit around 10-15 minutes for a raid. This one doesn't look too bad. Look, it's reasonably upgraded, so we can show you the strategy, and it has almost 500,000 loot. That should be quite nice. Where do we want to charge the queen in from? I'm looking for the eagle. It's down the bottom here. Why don't we charge in from the right hand side here? The funnel isn't too difficult. We can get straight into the enemy queen. I think that is the way to go. Let's use the baby dragon here. Should be able to take out a couple of these buildings. Then we can use the queen in order to get into the enemy queen. Let's go ahead and start that process. 1 healer. Then we can bring the west, the warden, and we should be good from there. Let's go ahead and use a balloon just to check for any air mines, and then let's use the rage spell in order to help out with a couple of wall breakers. Should have sent a test wall breaker, but we should be good from that point. Now let's use the P.E.K.K.A, 5 of the witches, 6 of the bowlers. I've actually put an extra one in there, but oh well. And then let's use the wall wrecker. The queen hasn't taken the path that we set with the wall breakers, but that's not too big of a deal. The witches are now going to follow. Let's get the king, and now that the funnel's created, the rest of the bowlers in alongside the wizard. Normally I hold on to that, and what we are going to do is press the queen's ability in a second because she's going to go down. There it is. Let's freeze I froze the Giga Tesla, but it's actually already gone there, guys, and I think most of my bowlers from the center went down as well. Let's use the jump spell. Ugh, honestly, I don't even know at this point. It is going crazy. Can't keep on top of it. Everything has gone down pretty much. I don't even think we need the jump spell. Maybe we can use it here to help get to that expo, but honestly, yeah, we could have got there anyway. I've just wasted a jump spell. Oh well, guys, 63%, not the best. Again, I tried to show you the strategy yesterday, and I'm just not quite as fluid with it at the moment. Especially one thing I think from watching the other people do this is I notice how I brought the P.E.K.K.A. and the witches in from kind of halfway across that side. They were bringing it in across a flat side so they could walk down the edge of the map, if that makes sense. I was bringing it in half the way down, so maybe that's something I have to alter. We'll just see. Can we get the other elixir? I don't think so. The Grand Warden is going to go down. Oh well, there we go, guys. 77%. We get all of the bonus. Didn't get all of the loot, but that is the strategy. You can check out yesterday's video if you want to see a little bit more depth with it. But let's move on to the Queen Charge Miner. Right, we have searched for a little while, guys, but we have found a base with over 500,000 loot of each. The miners are good for farming Dark Elixir, so that's primarily where I want to come in. Trying to just look at this, and it is a tough base, to be honest, to try and break down. I think if we come in from the right-hand side here with the Queen, and then try and charge our way into the center. So why don't we start the funnel with the Queen? Let's bring the healers in. I'm actually going to start the King relatively early with the Wizards as well, just to try and funnel the Queen down towards the Town Hall. That's exactly where we want her, and I should have maybe brought a balloon here, because as you can see, one of the healers has already gone down. I am keeping my eye on that King, going to press his ability relatively shortly, and then we will use, actually let's press it now, there is the single Inferno onto him. Then we will use the Wall Wrecker coming down into this area to try and help the Queen into the center, using the poison onto the bowler. Now let's use the Wall Breakers and the Rage to try and press in there as well. Down goes the wall, which is very nice. Now let's use the freeze onto the Giga Bomb as the bowlers are in there. Slam in another Rage to get that down. Looking pretty good at this point. Now let's maybe just spam in the wall breakers. I didn't think they were going to go into that area, to be honest. One more Rage in there. We have the Grand Warden. Let's see what else the Queen can get here. Press that Queen's ability, and now let's bring the miners in from the bottom of the base. And just keeping an eye on the Grand Warden here, following the Queen. We're trying to loop around. She's actually come back out, so she's not actually going to go forward to the Dark Elixir as we wanted. Clearly, that is not a good thing, guys. Just keeping an eye on the miners as they come forward here. Going to use a preemptive heal spell in the area next to the... the Queen is just out of range. Look, we have the freeze spell. What am I doing? Could have used the freeze onto the single Inferno. I didn't even realize that, guys. And I think we might miss the Dark Elixir. The one thing we wanted in this Rage, a Giant Bomb has gone off, so I have had to use another heal because there was a Wizard Tower there. And unfortunately, looks like I'm out of practice with the miners as well. Will they get it, guys? Will they get it? With the Queen there, I don't think so. They're going to path right the way around this. I'm out of spells. 70%. My hope was to get the Queen into that area with the Town Hall, and she would take down the Dark Elixir. I was planning on potentially coming through with the miners from the back end, round towards the Queen first, but then I decided against it. I decided to try and protect the Queen. Not all is lost. We've still got a lot of miners here. They are going down fast. We've got a couple down by the Dark Elixir. Come on, guys. You can get this. You can get this. Can we be fortunate and actually swipe off the Dark Elixir? We've got a lot of miners. The Queen is down, but it is going to be time, which is the factor. We're going to get a lot of it though, guys, but we are going to run short, and amazingly, it is going to be the Dark Elixir which does not go down. So not too bad, guys. If we had have just got the raid going a little bit quicker, we would have actually got the 3. We protected the Queen nicely, but unfortunately, what we are farming in that of the Dark Elixir is actually what we missed. But there we go, 500,000 gold and elixir. Let's go back to base and find out if we have got enough in the way of No, we don't. I thought we might have got something in the treasury. It's actually one more star. So once we are cooked up and ready to go, we will come back for that final attack. 700,000, guys. We have to attack this base. 8,000 Dark Elixir as well. I'm feeling pretty confident. It's definitely an under-leveled base as well. Let's just try and have a quick look, see where we want to charge the queen in from. Why don't we charge her in from the left-hand side? That should be easy enough to get to the eagle. It's out of the way of single-target infernos to begin with. So let's use the... Why don't we actually use the king and a couple of wizards here alongside the wall breakers just to initially push him in. Then we can use the queen and the healers, and let's bring the warden in with the queen as well. There goes the rage on the king. That should set up the funnel relatively nicely. He's actually going to miss out on the wizard tower there. Then let's slowly bring the wall breakers in. I actually wanted it to target the other compartment next to the archer tower, but unfortunately because there's no buildings in there, that's why it didn't go for it. Just sprinkling the wall breakers in, and actually it's not going to go for that compartment. There is an area next to it which is available, so that's why the wall breakers didn't go to break open that wall. There was already access for the queen. Let's use the rage and press her in, and then, you know what, let's just use the wall wrecker here to press straight forward to the middle. This is relatively easy, guys. It is going down in a flash, this base. Let's use another rage just to keep the queen up. Then let's target the miners directly into the middle of the base. Use that queen's ability. She was going down. Let's get a pre-heal in the middle as well. Where's the Grand Warden? Let's keep an eye on that. Let's use the rage onto the bowlers in the center of the base. Then let's use the Grand Warden's ability as well. Heal. Let's use a freeze onto the Giga Tesla and onto the queen. That should help the miners through that. The queen over there, our queen, still has the healers, so I'm not really worried about her at the moment. What do we want to freeze? Let's go ahead and freeze this area over here. We don't have as many miners over there. The queen was actually coming over as well. Honestly, guys, we don't even have to worry about it, do we? We knew this base was under-leveled. We knew we were going to smash it. As you can see in the top right corner, we've already capped out on gold. That means that the expo will be able to be upgraded. And beautiful stuff. The queen charge miners, again, it's probably my favorite attack strategy for Dark Elixir farming. You guys can let me know in the comments whatever you think. This guy had a bit of an obsession for tree trunks around his base, huh? I would get rid of them and get some free gems, but hey, that's me. Let's go back to base. Let's go ahead and upgrade that expo. Beautiful stuff. One more raid. We're going to have to do one more, guys, just to finish off that challenge. But 12 million. Let's use that and the Book of Everything because it is 2 weeks. 2 weeks, guys, before this expo is done. So the Book of Everything is going to get that upgraded very, very nicely. And then we have a couple of minutes, guys. We have a couple of minutes. What we will do is collect the gold out of the treasury. That's going to give us enough in order to find a raid. How much more Dark Elixir do we need? I think, yeah, it's 40,000, guys. So we will be doing that next episode. And we do need to be a little bit careful here. Like you guys know, we do have the Book of Everything and the Book of Heroes. But we need to make sure we have enough to upgrade the troops that we want. So we actually have 4 more for the king, and then the Book of Everything. The Grand Warden's level 27, so we are good there. The queen is already maxed. Let's come back though when we do have the final attack of this video. Okay, we have been searching for a little while, guys, and we haven't really found anything in the way of loot, so we are going to attack this base. Interestingly, most of the bases I've came up against have had the Dark Elixir right in the center. Reminds me of them good old days when you could zap the Dark Elixir. I say good old days. I used to hate having that done. It's not something I ever used to do, and I used to hate it when people used to do that to me, but let me know in the comments if that is something that you remember. Let's start out this raid. I think what we're going to do is create a little bit of a funnel here. Then let's charge the queen around the north of the base. Starting with the healers. And, oh no. Oh, no, 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 no. They've gone after the king. Okay. Bad start. Bad start. I don't think we can actually fix that, guys. I really don't. Let's get the wall breakers in. The queen has come out of the way of the single inferno, so that's a good thing. We do have balloons coming out of the CC here. We're going to have to use the queen's ability. Let's actually use a rage just to pre-rage over that spot, and let's use the queen's ability now. We don't actually want the balloons getting anywhere near that. We need the freeze onto the Inferno Tower. We just about got that down. Grand Warden nearly went down at that point. Single Inferno goes down. Queen charges through. It is going to get the Eagle. Now let's start the miners potentially right the way around this side of the base. Even though we kind of fluffed it at the start, guys, and we had the healers going all over the place, they have gone down, but actually I think we're going to smash this. Let's get a freeze onto the Giga Tesla and onto the Inferno Tower. Let's rage the bowlers in the center there to try and get that down, and then let's keep an eye on these miners. Let's use a heal. You know what? I don't even think we need it. Miners are good at this point. Let's use a heal over by this bomb tower. There's potential for giant bombs. Obviously, they might get hit there as well. There's a wizard tower there. The king is still alive. The healers, one healer has kept the king alive right the way around the trash buildings at the bottom. Maybe that's a new strategy that no one has came up with. I mean, we have the queen charge. What about the king charge? Do we use the heal spell? I don't think so. We have more than enough miners to crush this. We'd just be wasting elixir. So there you are, guys. We did get a little bit fortunate at the end, you've got to say. But the miners, again, let me know your favorite strategy for farming. But for dark elixir, the miners are fantastic. They're elixir-based army, so they're going to reap you a whole massive benefit of dark elixir. There is the Inferno Tower done. Let's just see then how far we are away from maxed. Just over 200 points, so I knew I wasn't far off. I knew I wasn't far, guys. That's going to wrap it up in terms of attacks. I do have another army, so I will keep going because we just don't have enough to upgrade that warden. Hopefully, that will all be done and dusted before the next episode, as well as the next king level. But unfortunately, you can see that I am without a shield, so unless I were to spend these resources, I'm actually going to take a defense here, lose some of that golden elixir, not too much gold. The dark elixir I'm more concerned about though, guys, but that is going to wrap it up for this one. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.